the guests here for a long time, but after David Niven said it was pretty uncomfortable, so they might want to head in here to the morning room for some conversation after dinner. We've got plenty of carpet over here, so great carpet would like to come over. We got man here for us to try. So before breakfast, guests might come in here and have a cup of coffee. It was called the morning room for the light coming through these gates. Or come in here after dinner and have a smoke. And back in those days, they said smoking was good for your health. Aid in digestion. The guests all sat right here under the Spanish ceiling from the 15th century. This ceiling is a lot brighter today than it was when Hearst had it installed. It's undergone 12 years worth of conservation, turned out to be this bright color. When Hearst first had it installed, it was the color of the outer sections. This is the extension work that was created to make the antique portion fit. If you want to know which came first, the size of the room or the size of the ceiling, that is your answer, the room, and then the antique portion was always made to fit. The lamps that hang are 16th and 17th century Spanish and Italian, and they were fitted for electricity when Mr. Hearst bought them. But he loved electricity. Did anybody look up in that first room? See all those light bulbs? 300 light bulbs in the first room. And they did have that electric power plant that Julia Morgan put in right from the beginning. And so he also loves technology so much he's got 100 of these. If you don't know what that is, it's a telephone. And if you look closely, there is no screen to swipe on that phone. There is no dial, and there are no buttons. The way you make a call, just pick up the receiver. You're put through directly to Mr. Hearst, 24-hour switchboard operator located here on the premises. And I did tell you earlier, there are 115 rooms in this house. The most common question the operator would say was, "Where am I?" We do have historical photos of Charlie Chaplin sitting here. If you didn't want to have a little conversation here with Charlie, you might want to play a game of billiards in the billiard room. So keep coming all the way in, folks. This room is a little bit tight, so just go ahead and make your way to the end there if you can.
Yeah.
So we've got some great carpet over here. You're welcome to make your way all the way up through. So we can get everybody in here. Thank you. Folks, we are getting close to the end of our time together. I want to make sure if anyone has a question, that I can answer. Anything at all you'd like to ask.
Just some people that were here, found home movies. And
And then
we
more
can see
than one.
it.
Anybody else have?
We
Original upholstery, yes. So these comfortable chairs, they are 1930s department store from Los Angeles, Barclays department store. Mr. Hearst wanted his guests to feel comfortable, and a lot of the old antique furniture, not so comfortable. go by contemporary. Now, if you're thinking about the slip covers in the assembly room, those are not original. Fabrics do deteriorate easily, but we State Parks made those, and they're the same fabric, basically, the same design that Hearst had. He would put slip covers on in the summertime on those chairs in the assembly room. Anybody else have a question? Okay, so this is Mr. Hearst's entertainment room. A room like this back in the 1930s would have been filled with smoke and men only invited in here. But Mr. Hearst was inviting women to come in here and play a game because of his progressive attitudes towards women. Remember, he's got that professional architect that he's working with for 28 years. And that's because of his mother. His mother pretty much raised him. Dad's off at the mines all the time. She's taking him on trips, and they were very close. She was an educator, a school teacher. Once her husband died, she became a philanthropist with all that money she inherited. She started giving away money for educational purposes as well as women's issues. She was the co-founder of the PTA. She got kindergarten started here in our country, and she helped build the UC Berkeley campus. And she was helping build YWCAs up and down the West Coast as well. She was a suffragette, helping women get the right to vote. And her accomplishments extend outside of California, even on the East Coast, Washington, D.C., and when she died, flags in California were flown at half-mast. First time ever for a woman. So this is the example that Mr. Hearst has in his life, and he is hiring women in his businesses. They are managing his business affairs. They are editors, columnists, and definitely coming in here to play a game. A lot of the art in this entertainment room has to do with entertainment. Another 15th century Spanish ceiling with pictorials of hunting, jousting, and bullfighting. Tiles on the walls. These are Persian, 19th century, done in an older style. You have an outdoor picnic scene over here, a party scene over there. Then the tapestry behind me, a hunting scene. This is the second oldest tapestry here in the house. It's 15th century. It's done in a middle floor design, which means 1,000 flowers. And it's in pretty great shape for it. Mr. Hearst would always show a movie in his theater in the evening after dinner, so we're going to head into the theater and see what's playing. If you folks wouldn't mind, just go ahead. Go around the corner and have a seat facing this